Shadowheart, Curtis, son of Oryx. Subject Delta and Watson. Venom Snake and Quiet. Deer and Deer Lord. Groot and John Wilkes Booth. Franklin Bean and Thomas Edison. You have Trevor Phillips, Deadshot, Caesar and Cortana. Emma Frost and Stefford Cuckoos. Devora and Ninja. Zora and Oryx. And Hunk and Gassi.
Damn.
Oh my god. The temperature in my room is really annoying because it's hot. It's too hot to put on like a sweater, but too cold to not. So I'm just irritated.
Yeah.
Okay. Most duos retreat from the cornucopia. Franklin Bean snatches a grappling hook. Edison grabs a metal-tinted device that looks suspiciously scavengeable. Trevor charges straight in, screaming. Deadshot drags him back by the collar while firing warning shots at Groot, who shields Booth with thick branches. Subject Delta absorbs an early ambush from one of Emma Frost's crystalline daggers in his helmet. Or it grazes his helmet, sorry. He dodged it, or absorbs the dagger into his skull. Watson shocks the ground with a low-level pulse, forcing the Cuckoos to retreat. The northern woods, Caesar and Cortana avoid three traps in a row. Cortana's hologram flickers, making subtle patterns in the dirt. Meanwhile, Venom, Snake, and Quiet vanish completely with no rustling, no snap. They watch Zora and Oryx argue loudly about direction. What does it say about Oryx, real quick? Doesn't know who he is. Oh yeah, so yeah, it's the right Oryx.
Good.
Night 1. The fog thickens. Trees shift with the wind, creaking like old bones. Hunk! And set up camp in absolute silence. Watches the darkness like it insulted her. Trevor tries to start a bonfire for ambience. Deadshot puts it out again. Trevor tries again. Shadowheart and Crota dismantle the swinging spike trap, repurposing its metal for weapons. Groot crouches alone, carving sad shapes in the dirt with a branch. Quiet takes a shot at Zoro from across the river and misses by millimeters. Zoro grins, thrilled. How did I get here? Emma Frost and Cuckoos meditate to feel disturbances in the forest. Day 2. A spectral collapses beneath Edison as he sneaks across the clearing. Caesar warns him too late. Edison drops into a shadow. Why are they teaming up? Into a shallow pit full of sharpened wood stake. He dies instantly. Caesar pulls back, expressions grim. Elsewhere, Devora hunts again, this time targeting Deer and Deer Lord. The Deer Lord recognizes her hostility and instantly signals the deer. They sprint in but hit a tripwire. A log trap swings down, crushes the deer instantly. Deer Lord screams an unearthly sound and charged at Devora with reckless fury. Greninja intervenes, striking several blows before the Deer Lord slashes its chest with its antlers. Deer Lord is dead, though.
Damn.
Subject Delta. Subject Delta and Watson, the electric perimeters. Snake and Quiet observe them, considering assault, but back off when Delta turns his helmet their way. Groot mourns quietly. Trevor loudly announced he misses Booth already, even though he never liked him before. When did Booth die?
Good question.
Oh, okay. Edison, I must have. Oh, that's really weird. Okay.
What?
It gives its first blood because I skipped past day 1 and day 1 first blood, and I just immediately went to night 1 because it sent me to the bottom.
I see.
So I thought it was done, but deep inside the fog pockets, Devora and Greninja stalk Frank Bean and Edison. Edison spots a pressure vine. Don't move, but Devora strikes first. Franklin Bean is grabbed and stung. Edison runs, abandoning him. Greninja delivers the final silent cut. Edison scrambles up a tree, trembling, clutching for his stolen gear. Elsewhere, Snake and Quiet ambush Groot and Booth. Groot blocks bullets, protecting his partner again until Quiet lines up a shot, and not at Groot, but Booth.
Oh shit.
So that's how he dies.
That makes sense.
All right. Chapter 2. As the third dawn cuts through the trees, something shifts in the forest silence. The sky grows sickly yellow and the birds vanish. Game makers have activated an arena-wide event.
The fog.
It's the fog. It's the
Yeah.
fog and hallucinations. Alright, so
always
the
the
fog has
fog.
arrived. A deep wailing howl rolls through the forest. It doesn't even sound like any animal they know, more like something imitating life. That's actually really fucking. That goes hard.
Yeah.
Even Zoro pauses. Even Yuno stops smiling. Subject Delta and Watson. They move carefully. Delta leading. Every time a sound wave hits, Watson steadies herself on Delta's arm. Near a clearing, a hallucination triggers. Watson sees a Titanfall specter rushing her. What the fuck? I didn't add that. Oh, it's Apex. Duh.
Yeah.
Okay, that's weird. I didn't expect that. She jumps back and triggers a trap accidentally. Thorns shoot upwards. Delta pushes her aside, taking the hit in his armor. The spikes pierce shallowly, but he stays standing. Venom and Quiet. Snake taps Quiet's shoulder and signs, "Stay low, don't shoot shadows." The two stalk the fog edges, predatory and silent. At one point, Snake hears footsteps, real ones, not illusions. Edison's abandoned gear has taken by someone. Quiet spots movements. It's not hostile, just Caesar and Cortana. They quietly pass each other. Trevor and Deadbolt. Trevor loves the howling season. He mimics the animal's screams until
Oh my-
Deadshot threatens to shoot him in the foot. They discover Groot sitting beside a massive oak, motionless as if listening to the forest. Trevor, "Hey dude, you okay?" I can't do this voice. "Hey dude, you okay?" Groot says, "I am Groot."
Yeah.
Deadshot lowers his gun, and they move on.
Awesome.
Emma Frost and Cuckoos and the Howling. The psychic quartet. The psychic quartet suffer the worst. That's just two people.
No, there's more than two.
Quartet's four? Or yeah, quartet is four.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's 4 or 5.
It
Actually,
is-
no, I think just 4. Makes sense.
Yeah, because Quart. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Isekai Quartet. That's why I remember that. The four sound pulse scrambles their emotion senses. They read fear, pain, rage, joy all at once. The pair, Devora and Greninja, the pair glide through the fog until someone clicks under Greninja's foot. A roaring noise like a giant insect erupts, but it isn't real. Startled, Greninja leaps back, slamming into a tree covered with hidden barbed vines. He struggles, Devora rushes in to cut him out, but the trap triggers. Spikejaw snaps shot on Greninja's torso.
Damn.
He's dead. The fog thickens to the point where everyone gets separated. Yuno and Hunk, they stay together. Yuno clings to his arm. Hunk guides her with military precision, mapping every step. A wolf-like howl sound. There's a wolf-like howl. Makes Yuno giggle. Someone's crying. Maybe we should help. Hunk decides not to answer. Shadowheart and Crota. Shadowheart hears mocking whispers of Shar hallucinations. Crota hears chittering hive voices. Zora and Oryx. The fog disorients Zoro so badly he walks in a circle 3 times. Oryx counts him doing it. Caesar and Cortana, they move silently. Cortana dampens nearby sound waves, reducing hallucinations slightly. Day 4. The hallucinations become vivid, double the allies walking beside them, pack of ghostly animals circling, whispered insults, tremors that never happened. A phantom image of John Wilkes Booth appears behind Trevor. "Booth, I thought you died like a little..." Trevor follows wildly. Deadshot yells, "That's not real, that's not too late." The Cuckoos are already overwhelmed. They think Trevor's attacks intention to retaliate with a crystalline lance. Deadshot returns precise fire. A chaotic melee ensues in the fog. Trevor charges Emma Frost, swinging a shovel. I swear to God, if you lives. Emma dodges, but the hallucinations distract her. She sees frost-armored soldiers marching towards her. Deadshot manages to shoot one of the Cuckoos through the leg. She falls backwards into a spike trap. The others scream. Trevor swings again. Emma knocks him back with a crystal blast. Sharp but non-lethal. Trevor Deadshot pulls Trevor out of the fight, retreating to the thicker fog. Emma drags her remaining Kakus away.
That was intense.
He just has a shovel as his weapon.
Yeah, true.
I'm going to get you. Still
I mean, it
furious over
works with
Greninja.
your
Devore.
fucking partner being a sniper.
Yeah, and also hallucinations all around them.
True.
Is he even real? What the, I think we have one where the fog's ride, but one of the characters are already crazy, so he just did not get affected.
Probably. I would imagine so.
Devore's revenge begins. She's still furious over Greninja's death. Devore stalks any moving shape. She spots Groot. Groot doesn't run. He simply churns. Devore mistakes his stillness for a threat. She lunges. Groot parries using a branch-like arm defensively, but Devore's venom seeps in despite limited potency. Groot collapses slowly. He falls silent.
Okay.
At midnight, Howling seasons halts abruptly. Where are like Stepford Cuckoo?
They're like Emma Frost's goons. They're like people that she basically groomed into being like clones of herself, and they're also like a hive mind.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was thinking about adding Luna Snow at one point, but I was
Mm.
like, nah. And I thought about adding Emma Frost. Like, yeah.
Yeah, she's better.
Shadowheart and Crota, they navigate carefully, finding small clearing where daylight reaches the forest floor for the first time in days. Shadowheart, we survived the madness. Now we move with purpose. Crota nods silently, hefting his axe. Subject Delta and Watson. Delta repairs his armor using metal scraps from broken snare. Watson calibrates her emitter to detect mechanical traps instead of illusions. Completely unaffected by the end of the event, they slip back into predatory mode. Sorry, this is Venom and Snake. Or Venom, Snake, and Quiet.
Mm-hmm.
Snake finds it strange. A large footprint, not human, not hive, not animal. Keep quiet. Quiet touches it lightly. Zorro, they follow. Zorro and Oryx proudly recount the fighting of hallucinations in a 10-meter swordsman. Oryx attempts to correct him and then gives up. They're trekking towards the southern river, in the distance rustling when a distant rustling alerts them. No one knows what it is. Trevor and Deadshot rummaging through the underbrush, loudly humming Johnny Cash but off key. Deadshot, exhausted, lets him. They spot smoke in the distance, probably a camp. Deadshot votes to avoid it. Trevor votes to run straight towards it. Trevor wins by sprinting towards it. Emma Frost and the remaining Cuckoos. They have dug a shallow bunker of branches and soil. The remaining two Cuckoos are solemn. Where's the other ones? What happened to the... Is there 4 or is there 3?
Well, one of them got shot through the leg.
I know, but I thought there was 4 of them, but whatever.
There's 4 of them too.
Oh, no. There's 3 of them, includes her with that quartet. Duh.
No, I don't think
Emma,
it does. There's 4 of them, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, whatever. In that case, whatever.
Yeah.
Emma,
Whatever.
we move tonight. The Cuckoos nod silently, cold and angry. Caesar and Cortana. Caesar scouts the treetops where Cortana highlights traps placements and Hudson-like blueprint projects. She identifies suspicious cluster of triggered traps. Someone was here recently. Hunk and Yuno wakes humming happily. Hunk doesn't respond. She clings to his arm as they move, giggling when she steps on branches. Who's Yuno from?
Future Diary.
Oh. Yuno realizes they were being followed. Devora, her rage is cooled. Now she stalks methodically, murderously quiet. She collects venom, sharpens her arm blades as she follows the scent. Snake and Quiet finally locate Zora and Oryx. They prepared an ambush. Rifle fire from Quiet flank assault from Snake. But Zora, unpredictable as always, sneezes at the exact moment Quiet fires, leaning backwards and causing the bullet to go and graze his bandana. Orc charges, Snake dives, Quiet reloads. The fight turns chaotic fast. Snake manages to slash Orcs across the arms, Zora distracted by the idea of being shot at, charges Quiet. They clash sword versus sniper. Quiet dodges most swings, but badly placed step triggers a pressure plate. A net of spiked vines whips upwards. Quiet is caught, suspended, and slashed. Snake yells and rushes to her. Zora looks horrified. He didn't mean it. Quiet breathing fades. Snakes hold her as she bleeds out.
Shit. That was emotional.
Trevor finally finds that smoke. He bursts into the small clearing, shouting, "Hello, new friends!" Immediately sets off a snare. Trevor dangles upside down while Deadshot face palms so hard it echoes. Emma Frost and her cuckoos emerge from the shadows.
Round 2.
Emma states, "Why are you like this?" Trevor responds, "Genetics." Deadshot slowly raises his gun. Emma raises a crystalline javelin, but a sudden rustle interrupts him. Devora. She leaps from the tree line, targeting the cuckoos. Trevor drops from the snare, rope snapped under his weight, and face plants into dried leaves. The fight begins. Devora stabs from the cuckoos in the shoulder. Deadshot fires a warning shot. Trevor starts swinging a branch.
Nice.
Emma creates a crystal shield. Amidst the frenzy, one cuckoo is impaled by Devora's blade. The cuckoo dies, with Devora escaping. Trevor whispers "Yikes" to Deadshot. Day 6, the morning sky burns orange through the canopy. The air is dry. The next phase is approaching. Caesar and Cortana, they follow the trail of heavy steps and find a wounded orc leaning on a tree. Caesar shifts his spear. Orc lifts his blade. Tensions crack, but Caesar sees something in Orc's expression. Not aggression, exhaustion. Devora attacks Hunk and Yuno out of nowhere, still enraged, arm blades, venom dripping. Yuno steps in front of Hunk, smiling unnervingly. Touch him and I'll cut your heart out. Devora strikes. Yuno dodges with unnatural speed. Hunk shoots in controlled burst. Devora takes 2 rounds to the abdomen. Yuno charges in with a scavenge knife. One clean slash across the throat. Devora's dead.
Splendid.
Shadowheart and Crota versus Edison's traps. They search a trap cluster Caesar found earlier. One misstep and Crota nearly falls into a deadfall pit. Shadowheart grabs him. Subject Delta and Watson. They detect multiple contestants nearby, but instead of hunting, they build heavily fortified bases inside the hollowed-out tree stump. Snake stalks Zora and Oryx, not for vengeance, but for strategy. He knows the duo is becoming wounded, and there's a chance to. He knows that a duo becoming wounded is a chance too big to miss. Zora and Oryx make a camp. Oryx sleeps. Zora keeps watch. Snake watches from the branches. He waits, and then waits. When Zora walks away briefly to relieve himself, Snake drops down like a phantom behind Oryx. A quiet chokehold, silent efficient. He chokes him out.
He's doing.
He kills a fucking god.
Yeah.
He chokes out a god. Watson's subject Delta's base is nearly impregnable now. Sharpened roots, reinforced barked walls, and electrified perimeter using Watson's jury-rig tech. Trevor is humming "Take on Me" while smashing 2 rocks together. Deadshot is rechecking his final bullets. Caesar Katana find fresh footprints. Katana overlays a faint holographic map. These belong to Snake. He's hunting, not surviving. Caesar tightens his grip on a spear. Then you hunt the hunter. They find Shadowheart and Crota find a clearing of bones arranged in a spiral. Not hive bones, not human. Shadowheart kneels. These were placed here, not Ian. Crota rumbles uneasy. Emma Frost and the last cuckoo. The last step for Cuckoo hasn't spoken in a day. Emma, exhausted and grieving, presses on, scouting the forest westward's edge. She notices movement. A shadow slipping from the tree to tree. She whispers, "Stay behind me," but the cuckoo doesn't respond. Hunk and Yano find a bunch of traps. Emma Frost hears the snapping of a branch. Cuckoo finally speaks, saying, "Run." The tree trunk erupts as Trevor charges towards it like a rabid animal, screaming.
Of course.
Trevor swings a thick branch at Emma. She blocks with a crystal shield. Sparks erupt. Deadshot fires at Cuckoo. The bullet catches the cuckoo clean to the chest, and they die.
Yeah.
Emma freezes. The shock hits her harder than any blow. Trevor laughs. Deadshot reloads. Emma's grief turns into diamond hard rage. She unleashes a barrage of crystalline spikes, forcing Trevor and Deadshot to retreat underneath heavy fire. Snake finds the site of Emma's fight, blood shattered. Yeah. Blood shattered crystal, broken traps. He whispers, "Too many players are losing control." He ascends the tree and waits. Caesar and Cortana finally track Snake. Cortana flickers into view beside Caesar. Ambush. Caesar's Snake's tranquilizer dart misses Caesar by inches. Caesar charges fast as a blur, but for an ape his size. Is this in Planet of the Ape or Julius Caesar? Okay, I never knew that.
Yeah.
I thought it was Julius Caesar the entire time.
I would have said Julius Caesar, not just Caesar.
Caesar charges as fast as blur, but for an ape his size. Snake ducks underneath his spear and slashes Caesar's leg. Cortana distracts with a holographic duplicate. Snake adjusts instantly, ignoring the holograms, reading motion, reading breath. He lands a precise shot, but Caesar bats his gun away. Snake draws the knife. Caesar lunges. They clash until Cortana spots something Snake doesn't, a tripwire. Caesar moves out of the way after getting warned by Cortana. Snape steps back. Click. Deadfall drops a massive spike log from above. Snake twists fast, but not fast enough. The spike drives through him and into the soil. He dies without a sound.
Dang.
Just give a gorilla a fucking AI.
It's not a gorilla, it's a chimpanzee.
Oh, yeah. In water, chimps will drown.
True.
While scouting ahead, Cortez steps to the camouflaged hollow. He falls halfway before Shadowheart yanks him back. The pit is lined with sharpened bone stakes. Oh my god, Shadowheart saves Corda like 7 times.
True.
Hunk and Yono find flesh and blood. Find fresh blood. Sorry. Yono excitedly taps her knife against her palm. They follow the trail. It leads to the largest clearing yet. Subject Delta and Watson fortified tree. Smile. Hunk frowns. Emma tracks Deadshot and Trevor relentlessly. A volley of crystal darts pins Deadshot to a tree by his jacket. Trevor charges in like a bull. Emma looks at him dead in the eye. Enough, she forms a massive crystallized hammer and swings. Trevor blocks with his forearm. The blow fractures it instantly. You missed.
That's awesome.
Trevor howls in pain but runs with deadbolt. Emma doesn't give pursuit. She collapses, trembling with exhaustion and grief. That's badass. He just fucking ignores it.
Blocks with his arm.
Zora, wounded, staggering, summons the moonlit clearing. He hears footsteps. Crota, Delta, Trevor, come on, fight. I'll fight any of you. Caesar emerging from the dark, glowing Cortana projection swirling. Zora smells faintly. An honorable duel then. Caesar lowers into his battle stance. The fight is brutal. So Zora swings with raw power. Caesar maneuvers with precision. Cortana distracts him with time delusion. Zora breaks through every fake, but he's bleeding badly. He can't keep pace. Final clash. Caesar knocks Zoro's blades aside and delivers a clean strike to the ribs. Zoro falls to his knees. He smells, "You're strong, monkey guy." He collapses. Okay, there we go.
Yippee.
Shadowheart walks, her mace ready. Crota scanning above with molten green eyes. Their partnership, absurd on paper, has become friendly and functional. Huge dead trees begin falling, not randomly but deliberately, nudged by machinery deep below. The arena is collapsing, the forest inward like a shrinking box. While the forest is collapsing, Watson sprains her ankle. Delta carries her. Carries her during the collapse. Trevor nibbled. Trevor laughs hysterically as trees fall around them. This is what I live for. Nature trying to kill me. Deadshot is far less enthusiastic, dragging Trevor by the collar to keep him from doing anything suicidal. Caesar and Cortana. Caesar is calm despite the chaos. Cortana maps the collapse pattern, guiding him perfectly. Emma Frost. She refuses to die to gravity and lumber. Hunk keeps Yuno close, guiding her silently, but Yuno's eyes are locked on Watson and Shadowheart. There's Watson and Shadowheart's hatred. Okay. What a weird thing.
Yeah.
Shadowheart and Crota versus Trevor and Deadshot. Trevor rushes in first, firing wildly. Crota knocks the bullets aside with his blade and backhands Trevor into a boulder, knocking him unconscious. Deadshot takes the opening, plants a perfect shot into Crota's neck joint. They take him, Prince staggers. Shadowheart screams and charges Deadshot. They exchange brutal close-range hits before she lands a shield bash that shatters his nose and ruptures an artery. That just doesn't make sense. Deadshot collapses, choking to death.
Okay.
Trevor wakes up moments later, just in time for a crater or a sinkhole to crush him.
Damn.
Okay, that's bullshit. Hold on. I forgot.
What?
I'm changing it. Hold on.
Okay.
I had a character who I didn't care if they win or lost be the first one, specifically. So, or, what?
I
Am I
also
having
did
dyslexia?
that.
Okay. I made that's why I put Shadowheart because Shadowheart's a good character, and if she does die midway through, so what? But Crota and Shadowheart aren't that cool.
Right.
So I put them in, and they didn't even do much, and it wasn't worth it. So.
Yeah.
But Shadowheart would have won from through bullshit. He shouldn't have killed Deadshot. That's total bullshit. That's why I was like, all right, this is
Right.
stupid.
That's true. Yeah.
Okay, that looks better. Seeing who won that.
All right.
I always saw was who won. I didn't see any of the other things though.
I see.
The forest turns on everyone. The dense forest, once merely threatening, now feels predatory. Traps activate their own. Finds Twitch. I'm in the wrong fucking day. Shadowheart senses the weave of magic is thinning. Something seems poisoning. Crota senses it too, but rage blinds him. They agree on this. They cannot trust anyone. Subject Delta and Watson. Delta has several dents in his armor, but still moves on like a tank. Watson's nerves have been sharpened onto killing edge. Her traps and now web across half the forest sector. She tells Delta, if we play smart, we win. Delta simply nods, drills humming. Trevor is exhausted, unhinged, and secretly thrilled. Deadshot calculates 6 ways to win, 27 ways they will probably die. Caesar Cortana. Caesar is wounded but determined. Cortana, emotionally fraying under survival pressures, beginning to override her own caution. Sometimes giving Caesar too much information, sometimes none. Even so, they remain a formidable combination. Emma is pale, tired, and furious. She keeps her diamond form active as much as possible. Sleep becomes nearly impossible, but she refuses to die to a bunch of forced brutes. Hunk's silent, calculating, efficient, cheerful, homicidal, and eerily calm. Clings to Hunk as the only person worth loving, and Hunk tolerates it because she's terrifyingly effective in close quarters combat.
Yeah. Real.
Emma Frost versus Trevor and Debo again. Emma stalks
Oh God.
Trevor's duo, planning to eliminate the unstable element first. She steps out of the brush. They've been the biggest haters the
I know.
entire
Yeah.
time.
They've had such a like 5 fucking
She's
fights.
She steps out of the brush. Deadshot reacts instantly, firing. Emma shifts into diamond form and deflects every bullet. Trevor rushes her with a rock. Emma shatters his rib cage with one punch. He dies immediately.
Okay, that makes sense. That's a good death for him.
He's playing fucking Rust.
He couldn't do it again.
Rushes her with a rock.
Yeah. I mean, what did he have last time? Like his bare fist or something?
He had a branch.
Oh yeah, branch.
And then he lost it. And then a hammer gets swung at him, and he's like, "All right, I got this." Blocks him with his fucking arm.
Immediately shatters.
Breaking it instantly.
The first time he had a
I mean,
shovel.
he lives.
I know.
Yeah.
He's just brute forcing everything.
He's just rushing down this god.
Yeah. Oh my god. It's awesome.
Deadshot tries to retreat, but Emma's corners and crushes his throat between two trees using telekinesis. The force begins to literally sink. Okay, it's collapse again. I think that's like a lore accurate thing that happens in Hunger Games, though. They just like shrink the arena that way.
Yeah.
So that makes sense. Hunk and Yano versus Shadowheart and Crota. Crota charges in first, swinging with brute force. Yano dodges like a pink-haired phantom. Hunk unloads controlled shots at Shadowheart. Shadowheart casts defensive light barriers, but each one shatters under Hunk's precise firing. Crota kicks up a mound of earth, trying to crush Yano, but she slips through it and sinks her knife into the back of his knee. Hunk fires the last round of his shotgun directly into Crota's face. The monstrous snake collapses dead. Shadowheart, enraged beyond control, impales Yano with his spear of shadow. Yano dies. Hunk retaliates instantly, placing a grenade at Shadowheart's feet and rolling away. The explosion tears through the cleric.
Good shit.
Hunk, breathing hard, reloads in silence, pressing on. Emma Frost versus Caesar and Cortana. Sorry. Mm-hmm. Emma tries to ambush Caesar during rest, but Cortana predicts her exact movements. Caesar meets Emma's head-on, knocking her into a collapsed tree. Emma shifts to Diamond again, but Cortana disrupts her mental focus through neural overloading projected via nearby electronics from long-forgotten drones. Emma can't fully concentrate. Caesar strikes her in the throat. A second hit snaps her neck before she can reform her diamond plating. Cortana says, "Well done, Caesar."
Well done, Caesar.
Delta is tiring. Watson is out of materials. They know they cannot win a drawn-out fight, so they choose to choke point, narrowing between two massive fallen trees. It becomes their last stand. Caesar is now limping heavily. Cortana tries to mask it, but Delta sees everything. Hunk, silent, calculating, waiting for the others to collide. Caesar and Cortana enter the choke point first. Delta charges, drilling into Caesar's chest armor, knocking him back. Watson shocks the ground, forcing Cortana's hologram into a momentary static. Caesar rallies. He leaps onto Delta's shoulders, trying to rip at his helmet wiring. Watson electrocutes Caesar directly. His body spasms. Delta uses the opening to crush him on the ground.
Holy shit.
They just fucking annihilate those two. Without Caesar to anchor her, Cortana flickers, destabilizes, and fades. Gone.
That makes sense.
Like I said, I think did you mean for it to be an AI, or like an actual AI, or do you want Cortana to be a person?
No, yeah, I wanted her to be an AI.
Okay.
That's what I was imagining.
Watson barely has time to celebrate. Hunk strikes immediately. He snipes through her side in the head, instantly killing her. Holy shit. Delta roars, reeling forward in grief. Hunk rolls aside, it sets an explosive charge, and kicks Delta into the radius. The blast flips Delta on his back. Wounded, he tries to stand. Hunk fires a spell shot into Delta's core drill. Explodes inwards.
Holy shit.
Subject Delta dies.
Hunk's fucking goated, apparently.
Who know? Didn't he also kill Springtrap by kicking him into fucking live fire turrets?
Some shit
Like
that.
if human unkillable name, what is it? Human unkillable something. What does Hunk stand for? Fuck,
I don't
forgot.
remember. I didn't even know. Stood for something. Nameless.
Human unit never killed.
I see.
Yeah, I think with Springtrap, what he ended up doing is there's an armored train driving by, and he just fucking trapped Springtrap in a car, and it just lit him up.
Yeah. That sounds
And he
familiar. I
walked to the
remember fucking
train just fucking normally. It was something weird like that.
Yeah.
How did he not? Okay, this is. That was cool though.
Yeah.
Just fucking Subject Delta fighting Caesar.
True.
Okay, Hunk's not allowed to be banned because he's just bad at. It's all understandable for him. That's the thing.
I know. He's just cool.
How many more do we need?
Oh, did he win?
Yeah, he won.
That makes sense. Yeah.
That was it. Those were the last couple.
Oh, yeah.